I know I'm not the only one who has been feeling the weight of the world. I know we all got different circumstances, but recently, these last couple of months have been very heavy. And I feel like it kind of intensified on my end between August, September, and it's a lot of areas where I felt like, in a sense, maybe God was punishing me or he's repeating a lesson because I'm not learning the lesson, right? And I am very in tune with myself. I do a lot of inner work. I am very connected to God. So when I felt like I was being punished, I did not understand because I consciously am consciously not going against him. I'm not hurting anybody. Like regardless of what I'm saying on this video, he knows my heart. He knows my intentions. So anytime I'm having any type of interaction with anybody, it is very pure, it is genuine. And if I feel as if my flesh will not allow me to be a genuine person, maybe somebody has hurt me in the past, I will stay my distance. So more than anything, maybe like forgiveness in some areas, people I have not fully forgave, who have hurt me. But I'm saying all this to say I have been questioning a lot of areas because it did not make sense. And I know that the pressure that I have been feeling, has been very intense. And some days I have even, mentioned it on other videos, is to the point where I feel like what he's asking me to do is too much for me to handle. I feel like the positions that he has put me in, and what I mean by that is creating content, speaking his word. When he gives me a prophetic dream or a word, putting it out there for the world. It has, kind of played on my mental sometimes because there's times where I felt like, what is the point? And what I mean by what is the point is it has nothing to do with numbers, meaning like how many likes, comments, none of that stuff. It has nothing to do with gaining money from my videos, like being in the Creator Reward program, like none of that. I felt like, what is the point? Because when people look at me, I am not like when they first look at me, I know people's impression is not like, oh, let me get a word from God from her. I would question because it's like, what would make people want to listen to me to go to Christ? Because that's why he uses people, right? He uses us as a vessel, as a mouthpiece for him, so that we can lead people back to him. That is your whole purpose. Like me creating content, this is not to glorify me. This is not to idolize me. I am no different than you. We are one and the same. The only difference is God gave me a specific calling to do this, and he gave you a specific calling to do that, right? But I felt like maybe I'm not equipped enough. Like, why would you use me to deliver such a heavy assignment to people? So that's kind of like the battle that I've been facing, right? So I felt like maybe because I'm questioning God, he was punishing me too. You're like, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what he told me last night. And before I get into it, I just want to say, yes, I do talk about repeating numbers or seeing numbers because God communicates in that way. Maybe he has not communicated to you in that way, but I want to tell you that everybody who talks about seeing numbers or anything like that, it's not demonic. We have to understand that God is a magician. He created the stars and the moons and the universe. He created scientists. He is a mathematician. He knew exactly how far to keep the sun away from Earth, specifically so that we would not be harmed, but we were still close enough to get the benefits from the sun. He knows exactly how far to keep the moon from the earth, but it's close enough so that we still have the tides and the pulling and the benefits from the moon to the earth. So I'm saying it to say he is a mathematician. So don't get it confused, like, oh, well, she's talking numbers. Like, I just can't get into that, but I see that so often. It's like, as soon as you start talking about seeing numbers, people look at you demonic. Oh, that's not of God. That's astrology and all this stuff. Maybe for other people and how they take the information, but we have to understand the creator. Okay? So, saying that to say, recently God has been giving me not only messages directly, but he's been confirming it with a lot of numbers. And what I've been seeing recently is 11:11 and 22:22. And I'm not going to go specifically into what those numbers mean for me right now, because that's going to make the video longer. But what I will say is every time there's a shift happening, God always starts showing me numbers, right? And the more I am in tune, and what do I mean in tune? When you see those numbers, what are you thinking about? There's always something that you either question, like you have a question, or you're thinking about something right at that time. And it's more so like when you see that number, it's a confirmation as to what's going on in the mind, the dialect that you were having between you and God, right? And he was telling me that this shift that's happening, this is bigger than what I thought. The blessings and the things that's getting ready to come in, it's bigger than what I thought. So if you've been feeling this way, whatever God is getting ready to do in your life is bigger than what you think. You think that you're being punished and you feel this weight, for no reason, and it's not that. You're feeling it because it's bigger than what you think. And any of my mommies out there, and you have given birth, specifically a bigger baby, the bigger that baby, the harder it's going to be to push that baby out. You're going to feel that pain, that ring of fire. It is going to intensify. You're going to feel the most pressure and the most pain seconds before that baby comes out, right? That's kind of in the season that we're in right now. It is intense. It is heavy. It feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, right? If you are in this season, you do not have many people that you're able to even understand you. So you feel like you can't even connect with people because nobody even understands you to the level where you guys can have a dialogue about what's going on. That's why it is very important for you to not only, of course, connect with God, but we need human physical interaction. And when I say physical, not like in each other's presence, but not an AI. You don't want to be talking to ChatGPT. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it is very important for us to connect with our soul family and connect with people who are like-minded so that you do not feel isolated. You do not think that you're going through this by yourself, because I promise you that is one thing that God does not do. None of us are going through isolated events. If more people spoke up about the things that they're going through and they're experiencing, you will see that it'll be so many people like, I'm going through the same thing. I'm going through the same thing. And there's some things like, when I hear people actually say that, when I'm talking about what I'm experiencing right now, I actually feel sad for them. Because it's like, if you're going through exactly what I'm going through, I already know the struggle. You know what I mean? So, saying all this to say, God is not punishing you. He is not upset with you. He does not feel like you need to learn a new lesson and he's going to keep giving it to you so you can do things a different way. No, it has nothing to do with that. This is specifically happening right now because what God is getting ready to do in your life, it is so big. It is so beautiful. But it's going to take a lot of pressure. It's going to take a lot of patience. And God is preparing everything for you. And as everything is being prepared, you feel like you're losing it. You feel like you're in chaos. You don't know how things is going to play out. But pay attention to your signs. Actually, one of my very first videos that I made on TikTok, I was talking about paying attention to the signs. God communicates with us and he's letting us know where we're going, in a sense, and what path he wants us on. As long as we follow him, and when I mean pay attention to the signs, you're following him because he's leaving down breadcrumbs and signs for us to follow. You might be having a decision between two different things, right? You start seeing signs about one thing, that's God letting you know, take this path, go down this road, contact this person, whatever the case may be. Like, pay attention to the signs. And once you're out this season, this will be something that you're going to be able to reflect on and understand why things was the way it was. You wouldn't have gotten what you've gotten without you going through those steps, without you going through those hard times, without you experiencing the certain things that you've experienced. You wouldn't have gotten there without the journey. The journey is what's most important. So even when you're in the thick of it, know that it's temporary and something is getting ready to happen for you and it's bigger than what you expect. It is right around the corner.